I was standing on the old wooden dock behind my Moscow cottage, phone pressed to my ear, watching the sun melt into Lake Rosso, when I heard footsteps behind me. My nephew's girlfriend, Jennifer, leaned close enough for her voice to shake something deep inside me. "Don't sign anything tomorrow," she whispered. "Check the beneficiary section. It's not what you agreed to." Just hours earlier, $38 million had landed in my account. The sale of my cybersecurity company, born in my basement in Barrie 23 years ago, had finally closed after 18 brutal months. I had survived the dot-com crash, dragged myself through the 2008 recession, rebuilt every time something went wrong, and somehow walked away with a number so big it didn't feel real. If only Margaret were here to see it. She died of cancer 2 years before this moment, before she could see the life we'd earned. The money felt hollow without her, so I told myself I'd use it to take care of her family, to honor her. I invited everyone to the cottage for the long weekend to celebrate. Tyler, my younger brother David's son, was part of that promise. David died when Tyler was 7. I practically raised the boy, paid for Waterloo, gave him his first job, invested $50,000 in his startup when he wanted independence. He was 31 now, engaged to this young woman standing behind me. "What did you say?" I asked quietly. Through the window of the cottage, I saw Tyler laughing with my sister Patricia and her husband Ron. Everything looked warm, peaceful, perfect. "The contract he wants you to sign, page 19. He changed the beneficiary clause. If anything happens to you within a year, he gets full ownership, not your heirs." My chest tightened. "How do you know that?" She looked around and lowered her voice. "Because my name is not Jennifer Morton, it's Jennifer Marchand. I'm an investigator with the Ontario Securities Commission, or I was." My world tilted. "Explain, right now." She motioned toward the trail along the water. "Walk with me." We followed the shoreline path, waves lapping quietly against rock. Loons began their dusk calls across the lake. 6 months ago, your nephew tried to raise venture capital. His numbers were fake, ridiculously fake. One firm reported it. I got assigned. I expected a minor violation. "But?" I asked. But when I dug deeper, I found older complaints. 3. Small amounts, $50,000 to $100,000. Same pattern every time. Charm someone with money, get the investment, pay himself, tank the company, declare bankruptcy, vanish. I stopped walking. This was the boy I talked to fish. The teenager I comforted when he cried about missing his dad. The young man I told everyone I was proud of. Are you calling him a con artist? I'm saying he's escalating, and you're about to hand him access to 19 million. I exhaled slowly, trying to steady myself. "So you went undercover as his girlfriend?" "To gather evidence, but then he started talking about you, about the partnership, about how much you trust him. And then I found worse things on his laptop. Searches about accidents at cottages, carbon monoxide death, life insurance, wait times, ways to stage a drowning." My blood ran cold. "You think he plans to kill me?" "I think he's researching how." She held my gaze. "This cottage is isolated. The propane system is aging. There's deep water, cliffs. Cottages are full of accidents." I stared at her, unsure who to trust. Her? Him? Anyone. Why not just arrest him? "Because we don't have criminal evidence. Not yet. RCMP needs intent, proof. Right now we have suspicious behavior, a changed contract, and dangerous searches." "So what do I do?" "Don't sign. Say you need your lawyer. Buy us time to see what he does next." We reached the cottage again. Warm lights. Familiar voices. Tyler at the grill flipping steaks. He waved at us. "There you two are. Showing her the place, Uncle Tom?" "Beautiful evening," Jennifer said smoothly. "Tyler, Uncle Tom, I poured you that bourbon I mentioned. Brought a special bottle just for you. Left it on the living room table. You'll love it." "Maybe later. I'm sticking to beer." A flicker, just one, of irritation crossed his face. Then it vanished. Dinner felt like torture. I watched him refill my glass, offer me food, ask about retirement. Words that used to sound caring now sounded rehearsed. Afterward, he suggested a bonfire like when he was a kid. I agreed. We built the fire together. Jennifer watched quietly. Tyler talked about memories, thanked me for raising him, said I'd been more of a father than an uncle. If I didn't know the truth, I would have cried. At one point, he asked softly, "Do you trust Jennifer? Something feels off about her." So he suspected her. At 11 p.m., we all went to bed. I lay awake listening to every sound. Around 2 a.m., my phone buzzed. "Jennifer, don't drink the water in your room. Something's in it. I'll test it tomorrow." I dumped it immediately. Someone had added something after I filled it. Another wave of doubt hit me. Was Jennifer tricking me? Was Tyler? Anyone? I wedged a chair under the handle and stayed awake until sunrise. By morning, the cottage smelled of pancakes. Tyler was cheerful again. "You ready to sign today?" "Actually, I want my lawyer to look at it." Everything inside him froze. "Your lawyer?" "Just precaution. You understand." He didn't. Breakfast was tense. Afterward, he locked himself in the guest room to make calls. Jennifer tested my water. Heavy zolpidem, enough to knock me out cold. Then she showed me worse things, photos of Tyler's texts with someone named Alex, planning to meet tonight after everyone left. A dock repair, a fall into the water, make sure he hits his head. The meaning was obvious. I called the RCMP in Braesbridge. Constable Morrison confirmed Jennifer's identity. They'd been working together for 2 weeks. "Mr. Fitzgerald, we need evidence of an actual attempt. With your permission, we'd like to intervene tonight." I closed my eyes. This was the child I raised. The boy who called me his hero. And now he was planning my death. "Do it," I said. "I'll help." By evening, Patricia and Ron had gone home. Jennifer returned alone. Morrison and her partner hid in the woods with night vision gear. At 9:30 p.m., Tyler's car pulled in. A pickup truck followed. "That's Alex," Jennifer whispered. Tyler walked in smiling too big, too bright. "Uncle Tom, great news. Brought someone to check those outlets near the dock. This is my buddy Alex. He's an electrician." Alex looked like he stepped straight off a construction site. Calm, confident, deadly. "Let's take a look before it gets too dark."